On my birthday, my parents smiled as they handed me a gift. I thought it was something special until I opened it and found adoption papers with someone else's name on them. I said nothing, but 3 months later, I made sure they understood exactly what family means. So I'm 24, and I've always been the family disappointment. My older sister Emma is a doctor. My younger brother Jake is getting his MBA at Stanford. Me, I'm a tattoo artist who dropped out of college to chase my dreams. My parents have made it clear for years that I'm the black sheep. Every family dinner is a lecture about wasting my potential. Every holiday is awkward comparisons to my siblings' achievements. But this birthday was different. They seemed genuinely excited about this gift, which was weird because they usually just give me gift cards with disappointed sighs. "Open it, honey," Mom said, practically bouncing. "We think you'll really appreciate this." Inside the wrapped box were official adoption documents, not my adoption papers. Documents to adopt a 19-year-old kid named David Chen, a pre-med student whose parents died in a car crash. "We're expanding our family," Dad announced proudly. "David needs support to finish his studies, and we have so much love to give." My sister Emma was there, clapping excitedly. "Isn't this amazing? David is so motivated, just like us. He's already published research papers." The room went quiet as everyone waited for my reaction. I could feel them watching me, expecting me to throw a tantrum or storm out like the dramatic disappointment I'd always been. Instead, I just smiled and said, "Wow, this is really thoughtful. David sounds perfect for this family." Mom looked confused. "You're okay with this?" "More than okay," I said calmly. "When do I get to meet my new brother?" Over the next few weeks, I watched my parents pour everything into David. They paid his tuition, bought him a car, set up a college fund. They bragged about him to everyone, their neighbors, their church, their coworkers. David is everything we hoped for in a son, I heard Dad tell his golf buddy. Smart, driven, respectful. Finally, a kid who appreciates what we've given him. What they didn't know was that I'd been secretly recording these conversations on my phone. I also started doing some research on David. Turns out he wasn't just some random orphan they found. He was the son of Mom's former boss, the one who fired her 5 years ago for performance issues. The same boss who then gave David's mom her dream promotion. 3 months later, it's my parents' 30th wedding anniversary party. Big celebration at the country club, all their friends and family there. David is the guest of honor, naturally, giving a speech about how grateful he is for his new family. During dinner, I stood up and tapped my glass. "I want to toast my parents," I announced. "They've taught me so much about what family really means." Everyone smiled, probably shocked that the disappointment kid was being so mature. "They've shown me that family isn't about blood or shared history," I continued, pulling out my phone. "It's about choosing people who make you look good." I pressed play on the recording of Dad's golf conversation, cranked up the volume through the venue's sound system. His voice boomed through the speakers. "David is everything we hoped for in a son. Smart, driven, respectful. Finally, a kid who appreciates what we've given him." The room went dead silent. You could hear a pin drop. "That's my biological father," I announced to the 80 guests, explaining why adopting a stranger was preferable to loving his actual son. I played 3 more recordings. Mom telling her book club about her perfect new son, Dad telling his brother about how I was a lost cause, and my personal favorite, Mom explaining to her friend that they hoped David would replace the disappointment in their family. My Aunt Sarah started crying. My grandparents looked horrified. David himself had gone pale and was staring at my parents like he'd never seen them before. "Here's the thing about family," I said, putting my phone away. "Real parents don't shop around for better kids, but thanks for teaching me exactly what kind of father I never want to be." I walked out of that anniversary party while my parents sat there, exposed in front of everyone who mattered to them. David moved out 2 weeks later and asked them to reverse the adoption. He told me he felt sick knowing they'd chosen him just to hurt their own child. My parents haven't spoken to me since, but honestly, for the first time in my life, I feel free. Sometimes the best gift someone can give you is showing you exactly who they really are.